Good morning. We're starting out with a dense fog advisory that's in effect for everyone until 10 o'clock this morning. This is where we're finding visibility drop to a quarter mile or less at times. You can see that's the case in Branson. It's pretty hard to see the landing at all. It's 36 degrees there with those calm winds. Visibility is down to 6 miles in Branson, a half a mile in Springfield, a quarter of a mile in Rolla and at Lake of the Ozarks. So again, we've got some of that dense fog out there. Calm winds, the clear skies, that gives you fog. We also have temperatures near and below freezing at 28 degrees in Springfield. So we're also finding some frost developing. You'll need an extra second to get rid of some frost on your windshields this morning. So as you hit the road, make sure you have the defroster going. We do have a frost concern, and the dense fog means you need to keep the headlights going as well. Sunshine by dismissal, a really nice day, 52 degrees with mostly sunny skies. Things pretty quiet today on Futurecast, a little bit cooler to the north. Increasing clouds tonight. Rain arrives from the south and west tomorrow. Rain changes to snow for most of our Missouri counties overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. We're generally looking at about an inch or two, some light accumulations. This is the risk of 1 inch or more, so I think most of our Missouri counties could see at least an inch of snow out of this going into Wednesday morning. Most of it will accumulate on the overnight. Again, these accumulations pretty light and mainly north of the state line, but with these overnight accumulations, that could leave us with some slick conditions by Wednesday morning, so you want to keep your eyes peeled for that. Joe, Lauren.
Our top story this morning is the body of Alex Holden, which has been found. We learned late last night. His father, Greene County Judge Calvin Holden, confirmed to us that Alex was found dead yesterday. CBS 13 in Sacramento reports police told them no foul play is suspected. You might remember Alex has been missing since New Year's Eve. Witnesses say he left his apartment late at night and had been missing since. He lived and worked at Amazon in Sacramento, but is a Parkview High School graduate.
Putting crime into focus for you, yesterday 5 people were injured after an early morning shooting inside a banquet hall in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Officers were initially called out to handle a loud crowd, but when they got there, gunshots began. One person was shot in the stomach and sent to the hospital. The other 4 weren't seriously hurt. Police are still looking for the shooter.
In more local news, 3 dogs have been rescued thanks to the help of Rescue One. The group posted pictures on Facebook of the dogs yesterday and said a tip led them to find the dogs out in the cold inside this crate. The owners had left after being evicted. Rescue One says someone had tried to set the dogs on fire. They're currently safe in emergency kennels but are looking for homes.
Smaller cities around Springfield like Nixa and Ozark are trying to improve economic and population growth. 6 Christian County officials all expect rapid growth for the future now that they've purchased a piece of land. Officials believe the land will boost the economy there and retain and expand current businesses and also attract new ones. They're also expecting an increase in residents and seeing affordable housing move to other smaller communities in the surrounding areas.
With that prime property sitting there, we could have somebody move in and put something in that's not going to spur economic development. We all love churches, big fan of them, but they do not drive economic development for our community. Now, as a government entity owns that property, we can kind of control what we allow into that prime spot.
We got more on the conversation with those folks that you just saw there. It's about 11 minutes long, so head over to ozarksfirst.com to get all the details about their plans.
Lawmakers today are expected to discuss a bill that would allow College of the Ozarks to hire on-campus police officers. State Rep. Jeff Justice from Branson will be heard by the House Crime Prevention and Safety Committee on Monday. Today, the bill was drafted so police could respond quicker to threats of an active shooter. In 2018, a man was charged with kidnapping and assaulting 2 C of O students who were sleeping in their car outside the school. The head of crisis management at C of O says Taney County deputies are 30 minutes away from Point Lookout. The bill only includes officers for private colleges.
Community Foundation of the Ozarks will be presenting grants to 13 nonprofit organizations around central and southern Missouri later today. They're part of the new Rural Vitality Grants and total over $200,000. CFO says this is a significant expansion of their grant making for rural communities and will help support rural initiatives. The ceremony will happen at 2 p.m. at CFO on East Traffic Way.
Tax season is now officially upon us. For individual tax return filers, today is the first day the IRS will begin accepting and processing those 2019 returns. Nigel McDonald reported a few weeks ago on some key tax preparations. You can find that story on ozarksfirst.com. And for those looking for free help and don't mind waiting a little bit, Drury University students might be able to help you out. Students will be helping low-income taxpayers beginning next month. The Drury Tax Service accepts walk-in clients at the Breach School of Business Administration building. The first session is Monday, February 3rd from 4 to 8. Be sure to bring a photo ID, your social security card, and all of your tax documents. The deadline to file your return this year is April 15th.
Got a local spotlight for you now. Valentine's Day is about 3 weeks away, and an artist in Bolivar hopes you'll help her celebrate. She's got a special way of creating her watercolor paintings. Madison Heaver has the story.
Has the ability to speak. When I can't put words down, when words fail me, it can be a way to express myself.
Minda Cox is a 31-year-old artist in Bolivar, Missouri.
I have loved art. I love painting and I love drawing. I always have. But it wasn't until I was in my late teens when I started to study it more professionally, more seriously.
But her method is a little unorthodox.
I was born without arms or legs.
Minda was born in India but was put up for adoption soon after.
My mother adopted me. My mother is an Episcopal priest. She's a single mom of 5 adopted girls. In my mother's house, we all had various disabilities, my sisters. We just never were allowed to use our disabilities as an excuse as to not interact and do things for ourselves. We were encouraged to be very independent.
Which led her to believe she could do anything.
When I was little, I loved doing art, but I also loved, ice skating, and I wanted to be a cook and a dancer and a doctor and all of that, but a lot of that stuff wasn't really practical.
So she decided to seriously pursue art.
People are always curious about how I eat, how I draw, how I brush my hair, how I put on my own makeup, or how I dress myself. But when they're looking at my art, they're looking at my art. They're not just looking at, oh, this disabled person with no arms or no legs. And I work a lot with pencil and pen. I learned to really control watercolor, and I really fell in love with it. I put the paintbrush between my arm and my chin. The color and the paint, just watching it flow and watching it blend can be a really beautiful thing.
Though Minda has to go through life having to do things a little differently than most, she says most of the time she still has a positive outlook.
Of course I have struggles, but my life isn't full of just pain and sorrow, and I like to reflect that. It's very important to me that people understand that I don't want to be set apart from the rest of the world. I want them to see other people with disabilities and not be afraid of them.
Now, Minda is painting cards for Valentine's Day. She says because there are so many bad things in the world, she wants to remind people that's not all there is.
People need to be reminded that there is love in the world. That's how I would like people to do, is approach people with disabilities and know that, hey, we are just people. We want to be accepted like every other person. We want to be seen for our abilities as well as our disabilities.
And you can buy Minda's Valentine's Day cards when you find a link to this story over on ozarksfirst.com.
We also have some breaking news to let you know about trending on Google right now, coming from Jackson County, Alabama, a dock fire overnight.
That's right. Multiple people killed, no specific numbers, but 7 reported missing, as you see some of those photos right there. Very shocking to see.
Yeah, we're also getting reports that 17 different emergency response crews are on scene.
Wow. So a lot to address there. In these coming hours, of course, hopefully they'll get that remedied and sort through some of that that's happening there. The Grammys were also last night. Big story there. Billie Eilish, you ever hear of her? You know her?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
She won I didn't know these were like the 4 most prestigious awards. She won them all.
Yeah.
Album of the Year, Song of the Year, Record of the Year, New Artist.
I saw that's the first time that's happened since 1981. Like, it's been a while since one person took all 4 of those in one night.
Those,
And now everyone will be dyeing their hair green.
Good to see a smile on her face. She doesn't smile much, I feel like, right?
I don't know. I
Does that
don't see
mean?
much of her music videos.
All right, some fog to watch out for too as you head out the door, right?
Yeah, foggy start, temperatures in the upper 20s. A nice day by dismissal, 52 degrees with sunshine. Some showers late tomorrow. That changes to snow by Wednesday. Some more light accumulations. Look at that.
What a foggy start to the week. All right, everyone. Thanks for starting your Monday with us here on Daybreak.